Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So Wrestling News World has a very interesting article up right now, and it's talking about, Vince McMahon and how he's booking things right now, and booking things leading up to WrestleMania. And here's the gist of everything that they say in this article. So they say that typically after SummerSlam, Vince tells his writing staff and his officials and everything, hey, within the next couple of months by Survivor Series, I want a tentative WrestleMania card. I want the plans to be set pretty much for where we're going to WrestleMania. Now with that, between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, it's usually like a lame duck season for the WWE, sometimes all the way from SummerSlam to Royal Rumble, and those pay-per-views, they're all kind of seen as B-level pay-per-views. With that though, Vince has seen that attendance is down, ratings are down, subscription numbers for the WWE Network are down, and needs to change something. Now, Vince's mindset is, you know what? We don't want to come up with a WrestleMania card 6, 7, 8 months out. No. Instead, we know what our main event is tentatively for next year's WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. We'll build those guys towards that. Everybody else, we won't start building them towards WrestleMania until Royal Rumble. With that, Vince McMahon wants the writing staff to come up with big matches for every pay-per-view instead of big matches for Mania, and then kind of work backwards and not really have anything that we can go off of because you have to lead into WrestleMania. So with that, guys like Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Jinder Mahal, Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, they're not going to be guys that are just doing whatever anymore, because now guys like that are all going to be used as big name guys right now, as far as Vince wants main event style matches for every pay-per-view. Now, not every match on every pay-per-view has to be main event caliber, but he wants a number of main event caliber matches on every pay-per-view, like we did see at No Mercy and like we are going to see at Hell in a Cell. So going forward, Vince wants the pay-per-views to be stacked. Vince wants WrestleMania caliber matches, at least 2 for every pay-per-view. No Mercy and Hell in a Cell are kind of like the tests, I guess you can say, for this. And if both pay-per-views do well, or some like to now call them network exclusives, it's still pay-per-view because you got to pay for the network to view them. If those 2 shows do well, then Vince is going to continue with this mindset of, let's not always just be like, this is what we're doing at Mania and then we'll work towards that. No, it's, this is what we're doing now. Once we hit about Royal Rumble time, January-ish, then we'll start working towards WrestleMania. And I think that's a good idea, because you can't just put all your eggs in one basket and think our biggest matches are going to be at WrestleMania, which they should. But at the same time, you can't just think our biggest matches are going to be at WrestleMania, so everything else is just, we'll put stuff together that we think is good. No. Now, like we saw with John Cena, Roman Reigns, No Mercy. With Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar was supposed to be at No Mercy. Like they're expecting us to get Hell in a Cell, Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon. They're expecting that to be a WrestleMania caliber match, which in all honesty might be, could be, with Kevin Owens in there with Shane McMahon. So we'll have to wait and see if this new mindset, I guess you can say, of Vince McMahon and how they're going to start booking pay-per-views does work out. And I think it actually is, in my opinion, a better way to go. You want to have big matches on every show. It's kind of like the UFC does. The UFC tries to book the biggest match possible for every upcoming pay-per-view, for every upcoming special they have. Not just, oh, well, this is UFC 100, so that's a big show for us, let's just stack that. Or this is UFC 200, that's a big show for us, let's stack that. No, they try to get the best match for, I guess you can say, that upcoming show, whether it be the right match they should do. Like for instance, Michael Bisping is going to be fighting George St. Pierre. Should George St. Pierre really be fighting the champion, or should somebody else be getting that championship match? Somebody else should be getting that championship match, but because the champion versus George St. Pierre is more of a money fight, more of a draw, that's the way they're going. And now WWE is looking towards that, as far as which matches can we put together that are actually a draw, that can actually sell subscriptions to the WWE Network. So again, we're going to have to wait and see exactly how this all pans out, but it could be a good idea in the long run. But that's going to do it for this edition of Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember to comment below, like and share this video. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Subscribe here on YouTube and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.